Welcome back to my unique space. Today we are gonna start our new section with Old English period or Anglo Saxon period. Before going to the class, please do subscribe my channel and support me. Then let's get started. Old English period or Anglo Saxon period. It's a Western Germanic language. It was begun by 450 AD and lasted till 1066 AD. That is almost 600 years. Before this, Celtic was spoken. The original inhabitants living in Britain was Britons. They lived from 55 BC to 410 AD. During this period, the Romans invaded Britain. They remained as Roman Britons. That was from 430 AD to 400 AD. Then Roman city was attacked and there was a decline of Roman Empire as well. Then Romans leave that Britain. On this time, Anglo Saxon people came and invaded Britain. The Germanic groups consisted of three tribes, that is Anglo Saxons and Jutes. Jutes were less in population and Angles were dominant, and they consisted major part of Britain and later they known as England. The word came from Angland, and they pushed the native Celtic people to Scotland, Ireland and Wales, and they started living with Britons, and they lived for 600 years. And Old English language is the combination of language of Britons and Anglo-Saxons. This period was known as Dark Age. There was full of war and lack of printing press. Major works were lost due to oral transmission. Then Anglo-Saxons were pagans, and St. Augustine arrived in England in 597 AD to make Anglo-Saxon to Christianity. Then oral literature was the speciality of this particular period. Written standard after they started writing after the coming of Christian churches. Anglo-Saxon works include epic poetry, hagiography, sermons, Bible translation, legal works, chronicles and riddles. And they survived in four manuscripts like Exeter Book, Junius manuscript, Vercelli Book and Beowulf manuscript. And there were two types of poetry, that is heroic poetry and religious poetry. And most of the Anglo-Saxon poets are anonymous, and based on Old Testament, Cadman was first to use Old English in writing, and based on New Testament, Sinwolf is a writer of Anglo-Saxon period, and his works include Elaine, Juliana, The Fate of Apostle, Christ Second, and Beowulf was an important work of Anglo-Saxon period. Its author is unknown and it consisted of 3182 lines, and Beowulf is the name of the protagonist or the hero of the poetry. And one of the important book of that period was Exeter Book, or it can be considered as a manuscript, and it consisted of 131 poetries, and it includes the Wife's Lament, the Seafarer, the Wanderer, the Dream of the Road, the Battle of Malden. King Alfred was the major or important king of this period, and after his death, Edward came to throne, and he translated so many books. That is, Alfred translated so many books, and he translated there is pastoral care. He was the king who can be called as the great. He was such a good administrator. And Anglo-Saxon works include Venerable Bede's the history, ecclesiastical history of the English people written in Latin. That's all about Anglo-Saxon period, and I'm sure that this won't be enough for the students who prepare for UGC NET, but our exam is around the corner, so detailed class can do nothing at this phase. So I thought of giving a short class touching all important areas, and I will be giving a detailed class later, and let's study together. And all the best, and see you in another video. That's all. Thank you. Bye.